And welcome back to the Unfiltered Sports Weekly. And let me introduce, fresh off the closing floor, Keb Pound. How you doing, Keb?
I'm doing well. How are you this evening?
Now, coffee is for closers, right?
It is.
I'm trying to remember the movie that's from.
It's from Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's a better play than it is a movie. It's one of those movies that was adapted. But I do want to reintroduce everybody. I don't know if they have forgotten, but our co-host Saint Joe is back from abroad. And
Top
welcome
of the
back, St.
morning
Joe.
to ya.
fresh off the plane from Dublin,
Yeah.
welcome home, St. Joe.
I had a wee bit of Irish whiskey when I was gone.
Hey, St.
you did.
Joe, before we get into it, real quick, the soon to be world famous wife wanted to send you some greetings back home, and she told me to tell you, and I quote, roll tide.
Oh, well. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No? Did you get excited when you guys were up 3-0?
No, I knew we would never have a chance. So
Okay.
yeah. That's okay.
Here's a real question. Did you watch the game?
No. No, very hard to find the American football over in Ireland. We did manage to find a streaming service that we could purchase and watch some. But we did find the sports bar 2 days ago, and watch it. They had like the red zone or whatever that they could do, and yeah, we were able to watch we watched the first half of the Packers game. They could only have 3 games on, and they chose the Packers because there was a lot of Packers fans. They travel everywhere. And so we got the 49ers, Minnesota, Packers, and the Lions Bucks game. So that wasn't too bad. They ended up being okay games, but
And well, welcome back. We want to hear all about it, but we got something to get to first here, real quick. I do want to do a update on the Unfiltered Studios podcast network's fantasy football league. And for those that aren't tuning in on YouTube tonight, this is going to be really shitty for you. But I do want to, do the rundown here, real quick. And if you'll indulge me, here is the scoreboard for this week. And
yeah,
Penguins revenge lost to the Zeb. And if you can't figure out who the Zeb is, yeah, I don't know what to do for you. Elijah's excellent team.
It's me.
yeah,
Elijah's excellent team had a victory this week, and that was a good game right there.
it was
144 by 139. Yeah, that's a good game. Habitual line steppers, continues their hold on the league right now. And look at St. Joe's squad coming in there, and but I do want to highlight the game of the week, which was, and if you can't find it on here, maybe we can just blow it up a little bit right here. and
I do have a question. All right.
Pool here rode Alvin Kamara and his 40 points right into victory lane, and finding your victory did not find a victory this week where he was smoked. I don't think even halftime of the 1:00 games was over and Beebs was conceding defeat.
I sent him a text at like 6:00, like right before the last game started. I sent him a text. I was like, "Is there like a mercy rule? Can I throw in the towel?"
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
And for those of you that didn't see that, it's Kempo here with 162 over finding your loss 110.
Yeah,
we look forward to the games this week. At least I'm not 0 and whatever.
The old Christian McCaffrey is hurt.
That's a bad injury.
There. And then
his backup did okay. His backup did okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's who I have as my backup.
Sam Darnold looked like a Heisman Trophy winner during that game.
You throw up the ball in a 97-yard touchdown. I mean, Jefferson makes it look pretty easy, but yeah,
he does.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't good. And then Pachenko breaking his leg on the last play of the game. There's another running back that goes down. He's out 6 weeks now. So some running backs aren't faring very well for fantasy football right now. It's
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Alvin Kamara did pretty good.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a good year for a while. So I mean, the Saints looked ridiculous. They were all over the Cowboys. It was
I got
unreal.
a news flash for you. The Cowboys aren't good.
They're
I mean, they got good players, but I mean, they're just not good. And yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to get on Dak. I mean, their offense, is flat. But I mean, Micah Parsons probably, if not the best defensive player. I mean, top 3. Him, Myles Garrett.
I was going to say something earlier.
TJ Watt.
Joe.
TJ Watt.
You should have responded to the Roll Tide thing. Granted, that's from Kev's wife, so maybe I'll just keep it close to the chest. Maybe I'll just not say that.
No.
I was going to say,
go ahead. She's
your response could have been, well, at least my coach isn't Billy Napier.
At least my coach
that's
what?
directed at me.
Yeah, but that's why I said I shouldn't say that. Actually, I don't think your coach is Billy Napier anymore, is it?
Well, okay. So my sources, who will remain nameless, but work for a paper in Gainesville, say that it's basically a foregone conclusion. But why fire him now?
You got to have somebody to coach the team, I suppose.
Correct. So you're not going to bring the only person down there to bring in as an interim coach was Spurrier, who works for the university. He's an ambassador for the university, and he's the only person down there. And I mean, he's damn near 80 years old.
You're not going to do that.
Urban Meyer's out there floating around.
Okay,
he's not coming back.
Yeah, Urban Meyer. If they said, "Hey, you're going to be interim while we hire somebody else," I mean, do we remember his ego here in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Do you remember his ego when he was at Ohio State? And plus, guess what's about to be open? Notre Dame, probably.
Why would Notre Dame probably be open?
Well, they got beat by who? Northern Illinois?
Yeah, but didn't they win this week?
Yeah, but I mean, who'd they play?
They don't play anybody. They never play anybody.
Well, they lost to Northern Illinois. And then, I mean, when you're the king of the Catholics and you lose to, I mean, touchdown, Jesus said, stop, take my statue down, or just turn it around. I don't want to watch this shit,
I don't, but yes.
No, you do. They have this statue. It's of Jesus Maruba, down there in the Catholic land. What I want to know about Notre Dame is why don't they have a statue of Mary?
They probably do somewhere.
Why can't we have a touchdown Mary? Yeah.
There's already a play named after her. What?
Yeah, I mean, it's because they don't like women.
Oh boy.
And it's just a bad deal.
Wait, this went in a weird direction all of a sudden, didn't
it? And the reason they don't like women is because they can't drive.
All right. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to derail us. We were having a great conversation about NFL football.
And the reason they can't drive, no, I'm just kidding.
So,
you know who else can't drive is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They sure can't put a drive together. I'll tell you that.
Man.
They, what happened? What happened there? I mean,
did you get to watch the game?
Yeah.
They had multiple chances to go down the field and win the game, and they just, old Trevor, he was weighed down by the war chest that they used to pay him.
He needs to learn to throw the ball away.
Yeah, but that loss isn't on him. It's not on him.
No,
Yeah,
I mean
that
not.
loss is on an offensive line that can't stop a damn thing.
Okay.
That loss is
He
on
was running for his life the whole game.
a defense that can't get a takeaway. Now, granted, in the National Football League, when you hold your opponent to under 20 points,
You should win.
you're expected to win. Yeah,
You
the
should win.
offense needs to score points, especially with the money that we spent. Gabe Davis, paying Trevor, but again, what I see is a defense while they're holding them to good points. What they're getting no pressure on the quarterback. They have no takeaways all year in 2 games,
Mhm.
0
Mhm.
takeaways. And I mean, there was a stat I heard today that Trevor Lawrence is 0-20 when the defense doesn't have a takeaway.
That's
That's crazy.
Crazy
stat.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a crazy stat.
But I think, and you could check my math on this, but I think your winning percentage goes up if your defense has takeaways.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sure it does.
I'm pretty sure, and it goes up substantially if your defense scores.
Sure.
Yes.
I may be spitballing here, but we had a fumble in the first game. I feel that we could be just as easily as we're 0-2. I feel that the Jags could be 2-0. I think we lost 2 winnable games.
Yeah. I mean, they had a chance at the end there, but
they had more than one chance. They had the ball like 2 or 3 times and couldn't do anything.
Well, also in the first half, you have 22 plays for like 70 yards.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's horrible.
I watched the first half and I was like, I don't know how they can win. They keep looking like this.
Yeah.
You just can't take a safety the way that I mean, it was just insane. But
I was scared. I was scared that they were going to get called for holding on that play. It was going to be a safety anyway. They're going to get holding in the end zone.
I mean, they were back there, and I mean,
I
don't know. It was just a bad play overall. It was a bad situation, but
I broke my hat, my Jag hat.
Oh, throwing it down on the ground and stopping it.
I beat it.
Yeah. It was frustrating to watch for sure. I could not watch the Bears game. I had the ability to watch it, but I'm not staying up till 1:30 in the morning in order to watch it. So that would have been a little rough. But
I didn't get to see it. What happened?
They lost.
I know they lost, but what happened?
Caleb Williams has yet to throw a touchdown. And it's frustrating.
Didn't see that coming.
Oh, I saw it coming. I will hold my reservations, but I still think roll the tape back. I said that he was a bust all over the place. And I just everybody thinks he's the savior, and but this Drake May, you don't seem, you haven't heard anything or anything out of him or anything like that, but at the same time, I just think that there could have been better options. But
I don't know, Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean he's starting over Russell Wilson, and they did everything to be better than him, and he knows the system, and it would have been better to keep him, but whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But
well, they're not. And didn't they win their first game?
They won their first game, so they're 1-1, and
so they're already kind of better than they were last year. Yeah,
I mean, we're holding out hope, but I mean, it's got to turn around. Something's got to happen quick. But
the Justin Fields isn't lighting it up either. I mean, they scored.
No,
what did they score? 18, then 13.
Yeah,
I mean he's not lighting it up either. What's winning the Steelers games is their defense.
Yeah,
So and they didn't play. I mean, you're looking at, they played the Falcons, who had a great win last night. But they played the Falcons and then they played Denver. So And I
Yeah.
mean, Denver. If you're out there and you're a Denver fan and you thought you were going to win the Super Bowl with Bo Nix, apparently you haven't had a rookie quarterback in a while. There's a learning curve here in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's the question for you. What do you think what's the biggest surprise so far of the season
Saints.
for the NFL?
The Saints yesterday.
Do you think the Saints are the biggest surprise?
Well, yesterday was probably the biggest surprise for me.
What?
Vegas won yesterday too against the Ravens. That was a shock.
Okay.
But I thought New Orleans just destroying Dallas. That was quite a thing, wasn't it? Am I wrong?
No, I think the Saints are definitely up there. I think you would have to look, as surprises. I didn't think the Chargers would look as good as they have. Granted, they played the Panthers. The best game of week 2, in my opinion, which happens to be right, it was the Chiefs Bengals game.
Right.
That was probably the best game. We knew that the Texans were going to be there. I mean, the Falcons, they got too many weapons on offense not to score. Again, good game this week. I personally, though, I think other than the Saints definitely, because they're winning in big fashion, and I mean, they went into Dallas and killed them,
Right.
Similar to if you go the season, though, I really like the way that Baker Mayfield is playing.
Okay.
And I didn't think, I think he would get paid and then go back to being Baker Mayfield, but I mean, they're in a soft division,
Very much so.
well, maybe not now with the Saints, but I mean, they're definitely, in the discussion and I mean, I don't know if you caught any of that, the replays of the Lions Bucks game, but
it was a great game.
He was making it happen.
Yeah.
Scrambling,
doing a lot of things. I mean,
in there, but also to the point, I didn't think the Buffalo Bills would look this good either. They got rid of everybody, and now it's truly Josh Allen's team. But what they found is a running game. They didn't have that before, not really.
Right.
So they found a running game. I don't know. What do you think?
So I like what you said. There's a lot of good things there. I think for me, what I think the 49ers demise has been pretty shocking. To go from Super Bowl to just a complete disaster. I mean,
didn't they win their first game?
I don't think that they did.
I'm pretty sure they did. Hang on,
I think maybe they did, but
So
they beat the Jets. They beat the Jets 32-19. Yeah.
Okay. But
so does that constitute a complete disaster?
Yeah, because they only lost 23-17 to the Vikings.
Yeah, I just don't think that they have looked like a Super Bowl team.
Attendee. Well, they haven't had their best player on the field for their first 2 games.
And remember last year when I said that Brock Purdy wasn't even like their 4th best player?
Correct.
when somebody on here was like lobbying him to be the MVP of the league, and so without McCaffrey, I mean they look good at home, but
Deebo Samuel also got hurt.
Jordan Mason is a undrafted rookie free agent
that had 147 yards in McCaffrey's absence. I mean, I just think that is Purdy going to go through the sophomore slump?
Maybe, but this is not his sophomore season.
Yeah, he wasn't a rookie last year, was he?
No,
he's a rookie. This is the 3rd year, right?
Yep. So he's
Wasn't he
not.
Mr. Irrelevant last
He
year?
was, but not last year. He was
Yeah, it
2
was-
years ago.
Yeah, 22.
Okay. I just think that it was so much hype for the 49ers that it was, I just to see it, everything that took place with Ayuk and the contract and then, I mean, Kittle has done okay. But yeah, now Debo's hurt. McCaffrey's out. They're losing people. I think the 49ers not doing well is going to be tough. Because if you look at other NFC teams, I mean, obviously the 49ers, I think, were probably picked pretty highly to go pretty far.
Who's your best team in the NFC then?
Well, I would have said the 49ers would have been the best. But
Okay,
now,
but who is right now?
if you look at, I mean, there's a lot of people 1-1. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody that's 2-0, but I think the Saints are 2-0. Maybe the Bucks are 2-0. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I mean, if you look at who do I think the best team in the NFC is right now?
Vikings are 2-0.
Yeah, the Vikings are not the best team in the NFC.
Seahawks are 2-0. I wasn't expecting that.
Hey man, DK gave me like 30 points.
Yeah,
on
no
Sunday.
joke, he did. You should quiet down.
I mean,
DK, man.
So here's what you have. You have the National Football Conference. You have the Seahawks 2-0, the Vikings 2-0, the Saints and the Bucks 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, the Bucks look good, but I mean, are they the number one team in the NFC? I don't see it.
Hey,
they probably need more than what they have.
You know who's 1-1, Beebs? This guy right here.
Finding your way.
Yeah, thanks.
I don't know. I
pick the guy. Pick on the guy who never plays fantasy football. Pick on him. That's fine.
NFC's tough.
You had the number 1 overall draft pick
who's injured.
Well, yeah, but everybody picked Christian McCaffrey, and they're all screwed right now.
Yeah,
I mean, like, wouldn't you have picked him if you had the first pick?
And then everybody picked Tyreek Hill number 2. A lot of people did, and they're getting screwed right now because 2 is,
hurt.
He's going to be retiring.
They put him on.
That's not what he said.
Well, they put him on IR, so he's not with return to play, so he's not going to be available till week 8. So they're either going with Skylar Thompson, or if you want to follow the rumors coming out of Miami, they're talking to Tom Brady
or Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, to go down there. They won't bring in Kaepernick. Okay, that's anytime. That's like, the rule when you're looking for a head coach in the NFL that you have to talk to a coach of color. That's kind of the same thing. That everybody brings up Colin Kaepernick. When did he start doing that thing? Has it been a decade yet? I mean, the dude can't play anymore.
It's been a long time.
But yeah, I mean the dude.
And yet every summer he's like, "I'm working out. I'm trying to get back."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what? Barry Bonds is still in the batting cage, but it doesn't mean he's going to come out and hit 70 fucking home runs. So just shut the fuck up. For those people, it's like, yeah, let's call Peyton Manning. I mean, do they seriously think now? I do, because I think Tom Brady can still play because that dude has aged backwards.
Huh.
I mean, that's like a real life Benjamin Button kind of deal. Could he in that offense manage it accordingly to score points? Probably.
Yeah.
Better than Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
Probably. But I think the bigger question, talking about Tua, is when is enough enough?
Right now. That guy needs to get out. He needs to be done. I mean, his health, his mental capacity, everything, his quality of life is in danger. He needs to be done.
Has an NFL player ever died on the field? Like died and stayed dead? I know Hamlin.
I mean,
technically was dead.
Not that I'm aware of, but I mean, look at like Junior Seau. Let's just, for most recently or whatever. Look at all the stuff that's happened that everybody's come out with and things that have happened from CTE and all these things. I mean, you're gonna look at Tua. I mean, 10 years down the road, this guy's gonna be wandering in the streets. Not even knowing what his name is. I mean, there's going to be so much wrong with this guy at such a young age from all the trauma that he's had. And he just, for his family and for everything that he's doing, he just needs to be done. I mean, look at Brett Favre right now. Brett Favre, you see him on commercials or you see him talking, but that guy, he has no idea what he's doing, where he is. That guy is nuts, man. It's crazy the things that he's gone through and what he's put his body through. And you're going to see more and more of it. It just is. It's crazy from these people. There's one guy in the NFL that's wearing a dumb helmet. I don't know. I can't remember.
There's more than one. There's more than one guy. A guy
playing for the Browns, and he was
the Browns was
good.
wearing it, and then there's one that plays for the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're going to start doing something with that, where everybody's going to wear it, or maybe they're going to come up. I mean, they should come up with it now, where maybe the quarterback's going to be wearing a red shirt, and you're not going to be able to hit the quarterback. I mean, you can barely hit him now.
I don't know. Trevor Lawrence got hit a few times.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's going to come down to something where, I mean, that hit that Hamlin put on him was a shot. I mean, it was a good hit.
Yeah, it was clean.
He did it to himself, though.
Yeah, it was clean though.
Yeah, but he needs to learn to slide in those areas too. I mean, and
he was way over the line. He did not need to dive head first.
No.
So
no.
I mean, it's part of that is just being aware. But granted, if you've already had 4 concussions, how aware can you be? I suppose. Anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he needs to get out. He needs to be done. It's just it's a tough call for football players want to play football.
Didn't he just sign a new contract?
Yeah.
Not too long contract. Ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If he quits, they still owe. It was something stupid like $167 million guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if he gets cut, that's what they're looking. But I would bet good money that the Dolphins, with their first round pick, go quarterback.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah. I would bet good money on that.
Oh, and there's a couple good ones this year too. For sure. There'll be a couple good quarterbacks. But so I watched a game over the weekend. The best game for college football over the weekend was South Carolina LSU. And fellas, we were 1 field goal away from an 0-2 LSU team. I thought that would have been freaking cool, but instead
they should be 0-2. South Carolina got 2 pick sixes called back, and
that's true. One of them was a pick six.
Highly questionable.
Right. Like, I don't know. Like the block on the quarterback, that one, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Like he was actually making a move to go try and tackle a guy. You should be able to block him, but whatever. I was a little like when I saw the first replay, I was like, okay, I get it. And then I saw the second one where he actually started running after the guy and then got blocked. And I was like, no, once he starts moving that way, is he not blockable?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Yeah. Apparently not.
But it cost them big time. Like it cost them big time. Because their quarterback was out and they weren't really moving the ball down the field. So I mean, it cost them. That was so costly. The second one, or was it a different game I was watching where there was a pick six where the guy kind of caught the ball and then it hit the ground and popped up and the guy intercepted it and ran it back? Is that the same game?
I didn't see that.
Oh, must have been watching a different game. It might have been the Jags game. I don't know.
There was no pick six in the Jags game.
Not even called back.
No.
Then it must have been that game. But yeah, 2 pick sixes called back as a. The refs were asserting their authority, I guess, a little bit too much on that game. But the rest of the weekend was kind of boring, though Oklahoma had a bit of a scare for 3 quarters ish. So I look forward to getting throttled by Tennessee this weekend. Should be fun.
They're scoring at will.
I mean, 71 points last week. Tennessee scored. Not against anybody important, of course, but 71 points. Jeez.
That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. So, but anyway, I think there's a couple big games this weekend besides Tennessee, Oklahoma, isn't there?
Well,
oh, you're looking it up right now?
I have it in front of me. If you want big games in the top 25, I would forward you to the University of Southern California at Michigan.
That's a big game. Yeah, I think USC wins that game though.
I would say the University of Utah at Oklahoma State.
That'll be a big game.
Yeah. You know, and probably the biggest game of the weekend is Tennessee at Oklahoma. You know, the shellacking of the Sooners.
That's the 7:30 game. Everybody's going to tune in to watch the Sooners get beat by 30 at least, right?
Yeah, those are the only games where top 25 teams meet. Okay. You know, you do have some interesting games though, and I would be interested in. Oh no, here's one: Illinois at Nebraska. That's an interesting game. You know, NC State at Clemson could be interesting. You know,
didn't NC State get throttled over the weekend?
Yeah, they did. UCLA at LSU could be interesting.
It'll be fun.
You know, but that's all you got. I don't find in here in the top 25 the University of Florida, or, and this pains me to say this, the 0-3 Florida State Seminoles. I don't see them anywhere in here. Yeah. You know, they have lost. They're the first team to win their conference in the very next year, go 0-3 to unranked teams in the history of college football.
Shoot, maybe Jordan Travis should have won the Heisman.
He's certainly the most outstanding player. That was back. You remember when Peyton Manning got hurt?
Yeah.
You know, and he was out, and then the Colts won 2 games. You know, and everybody's like, "Who's the MVP?" And we're like, "Dude, Peyton Manning. You took him off the freaking day. He's clearly the most valuable player. You know, he hadn't played all year. He should win. Yeah, he's clearly the most valuable player. But yeah, I mean, you know, what's Jordan Travis doing now?
He recovering from a horrifying injury still, probably. I don't know. But while we're on college football, I watched an interesting documentary, Kev. Have you seen the documentary on Connor Stalions?
Who?
Connor Stalions.
Who?
The sign stealer.
Oh, no.
From Michigan?
No.
It's a great documentary.
I know the one you're talking about.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah. I've seen it come up in the suggested viewing, but
the man who is responsible for the integration of a headset inside the QB's helmet.
Yeah.
And so in the documentary, they don't really have any proof that he was doing the things that they claimed he was doing. Like, it's all maybe type stuff, but there's never any definitive proof that they were stealing or cheating beyond what they were allowed to do. Right? So it's like, and then there's always this weird conundrum of, I don't really understand what's against the rules and what's legal, because you can watch video replay of their play calls and the plays they call, all from over top, and you can even have video replay of multiple angles of the game. So you don't really need to have people in the stands at every game. So I just never understood really what rule he was breaking. And even in the documentary, they couldn't really give you something about the rule he was breaking. So and now he's barred. He can never coach in the NCAA again, something like that. And that's what he was trying to do.
Is there a tornado outside?
There's a helicopter
That's
over
what I
my
hear. I was
house.
like, I hear something. Are they coming to arrest you, St. Joe?
Probably.
I mean, is out there in high society, if somebody walks down the road and looks at somebody wrong, they bring in the motherfucking helicopter.
Somebody's got their garbage cans out too early for the
Somebody needs to cut their fucking yard. They didn't wrap the hose properly. Let's call the fucking SWAT team.
Yep.
Out there. So what with the sign stealing thing, what penalty are they going to give Harbaugh now that he's in the NFL?
They already handed it down.
Okay. And that's negating their national championship.
No, they barred him for life, I think, from the NCAA.
He just won't be able to coach there anymore. But
so when he's at the bank cashing his check for the Chargers, do you think he gives a shit?
No,
not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll probably go, I mean, he could always go to the XFL. He can talk it up. They can be a commentator, but I mean, the Chargers, hey, look at them. They're 2-0.
Well, and the same thing, look at what happened to Belichick. Nothing. I mean, there was a whole thing there that with New England and everything that something happened and did it. Nothing ever happened there.
Bill Belichick is my hero. Okay. Have you seen this dude's girlfriend?
Yeah.
I mean, this dude's 70-something years old. He's got a girlfriend that I don't really even know if she could vote yet, but that dude's my hero.
No, Al Davis's kid, whatever, that guy's got one too. With the bowl haircut, and he's got like some 18-year-old too. That this is ridiculous.
You know what kind of balls you have to walk around with that haircut?
He doesn't care.
I mean, the level of don't give a fuck, that guy has. I mean, his dad towards the end of his life looked like the crypt keeper from Tales from the Crypt, and the level, of the Davis family, it's almost like, and this isn't a political thing. I'm making fun of him, but like, don't you think that somewhere, and we talked about the debate a little bit last week, but don't you think that somewhere somebody say, hey, President Trump, you need to do something about your hair?
I mean, that's
somewhere along the line, that motherfucker's on TV and shit. I mean, the level of these people who are that they're going to be on TV, who just don't give a shit. I just think it's funny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just funny.
So, documentary beeps. Sorry, I get it off topic.
No, that's all right. Anyway, I just found it fascinating that the NCAA was handing down these terrible violations, so to speak, but like all of their stuff is completely arbitrary. Like they didn't have any real proof, right? That he did anything really wrong, that even by their own rules, they had a bunch of circumstantial evidence that they couldn't prove. They could just only assume, and then they not only did they bar Harbaugh from ever being hireable again, Connor Stallions is no longer hireable again, and that's not fair. That doesn't seem right. Like, yeah, you can look at the situation and say it seems fishy, but then if you understand how everybody in the sign stealing community works on every team, why are you only punishing that team?
Well, did they do something wrong?
I mean, if you're gonna say they did something wrong, everybody should be from what was shared in that documentary. Everybody should be
Right.
disciplined.
Well, and that's what they're doing. They're setting a precedent.
Right, but now everybody uses head communication or helmet communication, so it doesn't matter. There is no sign stealing anymore, really.
I did see that Kentucky was still using the signs on the side of the thing just to fuck them up because I
Right.
was just like, why are we got green dot helmets in college now? You know what I'm saying? That like the two biggest rules that were changed were
Because you can't call an audible in the helmet.
right, and they can only talk to them until there's 15 seconds
Right.
on the play clock. And then they instituted the 2-minute timeout. You can't call a 2-minute warning because the NFL has that patented.
Right.
So if you watch college football, they call it the 2-minute timeout,
Right.
not the 2-minute warning. You know, and all that good stuff. One thing about the University of Michigan is I think that they handed down. Didn't they self-impose a lot of stuff?
They did early in hopes that the NCAA wouldn't cause so much harm to them. But the thing that nobody's really remembering or thinking about is that Connor Stallions was only part of that staff for like 4 games last year. So how
Yeah.
did they win 10 other games if they don't have their sign stealer on the sidelines? That part was they didn't have anybody doing like, what do they call it? It's not sign stealing, but there's a special name for it. Every team has someone who's trying to figure out the signs for the other team on the sidelines.
Well, the thing about Connor Stallions is that if he doesn't have a career like in the mob, he certainly has a career in porn because that's a great porn name, Connor Stallions.
Sure.
Yeah, you know,
Sure.
and the reason that the University of Michigan has gotten all of these penalties is because the athletic director is a woman.
Hmm.
Just kidding. It's not. It's a dude.
Interesting.
You know, it's a dude. Hey, yeah, it's a good documentary.
It was good, man. It's definitely not a waste of like 2 hours for sure. Like I enjoyed it.
Well, it sounds like it is because it doesn't sound like there's any resolution.
It's the story that's cool. It's not the resolution. He actually took them to court. And that part was kind of funny. You listened to him and his lawyers talking to them. And kind of talking to the NCAA like they're fools.
Well, there was no resolution to Tiger King.
Right. Well, the funny part about the end of the documentary is the information that came out about Connor Stallions was information that was stolen off of his private server.
Yeah, how
that
they
he
get
owns
that?
himself.
Yeah.
And if the NCAA obtained that information, they obtained it illegally. And so they had to dance a very fine line when they were having these interviews with Connor Stallion while the lawyers were there. And that was just really interesting to watch because they started asking them, they actually started questioning the NCAA, and the NCAA is like, well, we can't really comment on that. Okay, well,
you know, they're like, Mr. Stallions, where are your files? Oh, they're on my private server. Why do you have a private server? Well, fucking work for Hillary. You know, I mean, they never caught her.
That's kind of ironic if they stole something from a sign stealer.
It is weird. Like that part was like, that is interesting, but where did the information come from was always the question. And then the allegation is that it was from like Ohio State or some other Big Ten school that somehow hacked into his computer and stole his files. But he had this huge, intricate system of sign. Like he'd watch video, and as he's watching video, he had like this huge, intricate system of saying, "Okay, well, this sign means this sign means that," and they stole it. They figured out a way to get in, hack in, and steal it.
Sure. So, of course, it would be Ohio State because Michigan.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the allegation, but
sure,
everything's speculation because nobody knows.
Sure.
Well, I should say that the NCAA knows, but they are not going to tell anyone because if they tell someone, someone's going to jail.
Sure. So, well, it's all horse shit anyway. So nothing's ever going to really come of it. I mean, they made a big stink of it, but nothing really is going to matter because the person they made the stink about left and doesn't really care.
No, he definitely doesn't care, and he's still making money off of it. So,
and the school, I mean, this school's going to be fine, and the football program is going to be fine. So
yeah, and they won their title. So,
yep. In the end, none of it really matters.
right. So, anyway, it was a fascinating documentary. Lots of information that I never knew, that I kind of was like, hey, yeah, here's this huge controversy. What is it all about? And then you get a lot of your questions answered. That's what it was, a big thing going on last year in college football. You know, I had lots of questions like,
did the Houston Astros ever come up?
Yes, they did.
Hmm.
They did, actually. And the Red Sox, I think. Though the Red Sox sign stealing scam was a little bit different, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it still had Alex Cora, who's a cheating motherfucker.
Yeah.
And,
speaking of which, I'm going to hope that he loses his job this winter. That's what I'm going to hope and pray.
I don't think he's going to, because I mean, at least they're in the mix. You know, I mean,
not
it's
really.
hard.
Not really.
Yeah, but I mean, you got the Orioles and the Yankees ahead of them, but I mean, at least they're in the mix. But real quick, I wanted to tell you guys something. Number one, I have a challenge for you too. Okay, I was put through this same challenge a couple of days ago, and I did fucking horrible on this.
Awesome.
Okay. So I just want to see if you, I mean, horrible. I think I got like maybe 10.
Bring it on.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the name of an NFL team. Okay.
Yep.
You tell me who their owner is.
There's no way I'm getting this.
Wow.
Okay.
It's not even worth asking.
So we're going to start very easy.
The Dallas Cowboys is Jerry Jones. That's the only one I know.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, yeah.
Owned by who? Okay. The Cleveland Browns are owned by who?
Mr. Brown.
No, his name is Randy Lerner. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are owned by who?
They're owned by a family. They're the same family that owns Manchester United. Yep. We talk crap about them. All us Manchester United fans talk crap about him.
First name's Brian.
Actually, his first name's Malcolm.
Yeah.
His kid is Brian. I met him.
Okay. His last name is Glazer.
Glazer.
Yep, that's right.
Who owns the Chicago Bears?
Oh, the old lady. McCaskey.
Yeah,
yep,
you're
McCaskey.
right. Yeah, but it's her son now.
Oh, she doesn't own it anymore?
No, it's her son. Yeah, he's the he's the head of the operation.
Okay, so he's okay.
Who owns the New Orleans Saints?
Don't know.
Okay, his name is Tom Benson.
Oh, maybe I recognize the name. I don't. Anyway,
I wouldn't have got that.
All right, this one's easy if you think about it, and all I'm looking for is the last name here. Okay.
Okay.
Who owns the Detroit Lions?
Ford.
Correct. William Clay Ford Sr., to be exact.
Okay. Ford Field. Ford.
This is why the 49ers are going down. Who owns the 49ers?
Oh, shit. Some liberal.
Maybe. Looks like a liberal. It's in California. Her name is Denise York.
Oh, a woman.
Okay. Now, you guys know this one. Who owns the Tennessee Titans? It's the same dude that owned the Houston Oilers.
Told you it was a waste of time asking me these questions. I don't know.
Okay. His name is Bud Adams.
Bud Adams.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Who owns the LA Rams? Same guy that owned the St. Louis Rams.
He's a Russian guy on Ballers. What was his name?
His name is Stan Kroenke. That's his real name. You talk about a foreign dude. The Vikings.
Yeah.
The Vikings is owned by. You guys don't know this. This is Zygi Wilf.
Isn't it
Ziggy.
Ziggy Wilf.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get through this. Who owns the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Heinz?
Nope.
It's not the Heinz family.
No.
This family has owned the Steelers since there has been a Steelers.
Oh, for heaven's sakes! I should know this one.
No idea.
Dan Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney.
Oh, Rooney.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
When you say it, yeah, the Rooney Rule.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who owns the LA Chargers?
Donald Sterling.
Yeah, Donald Sterling. He wasn't racist at all. Alex Spanos.
Oh,
What about the Bills? No.
No.
Ralph Wilson Jr.
Nope.
Okay.
Lamar Hunt.
Yeah, KC. Let's see here. We're gonna go through ones that you might get here. I'm gonna. Oh, who
Nobody
owns,
owns the Packers.
right? Who owns the Seahawks? Think Microsoft.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
No, he doesn't.
Oh no, the other one.
Yeah, Paul Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Hang on, I gotta wait through an ad here. This ad will close. Here you go. Here's the toss up. New England Patriots.
Robert
Well,
Kraft.
Yeah.
Correct. There you go. Anybody want to guess at the Ravens?
No.
No.
Yeah, the Biscotti family.
Wow.
You already said the Hunt family. Anybody want to guess the Dallas Cowboys?
We all know Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
All right. What about the Colts? And this guy is very active on the X.
Oh yeah, the alcoholic.
Oh yeah, what's his face?
I
forgot.
Yeah. What is his name? Jim something.
That is correct. His name is Jim Irsay.
Yep, Irsay.
Yeah, he's very very. We're not doing very good on this.
I told you it's a waste of time.
You know. Okay, Atlanta Falcons. Anybody? I knew this one, but I'm an Atlanta guy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Oh God, I can see him on the sideline.
He looks like he's in the mob. Yeah, Arthur Blank.
Something.
Arthur
Yep.
Blank.
Yep.
Yeah, Arthur Blank. He looks like he's in the mob.
Might be.
Anybody want to go with the Eagles? Anybody know the Eagles?
Fly, Eagles, fly. Nope.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Jeffrey Lurie.
Yeah.
All right. Do you know who founded the Cincinnati Bengals?
Brown.
Correct, Paul Brown. Right. Well, Mike Brown is the
Okay.
is the owner. No, we won't get that. Okay, what we all know that the city of Green Bay owns the Packers, but
Yep.
what is the actual company called?
Oh, that's a good question.
The Packers.
And it's called Green Bay Packers Incorporated.
Okay.
Okay. I was going to go with Acme Pack because that was the original Acme Packers, but
Right.
okay.
Do you guys know who owns the Dolphins? This dude's
Hard
crazy
Rock.
too. This dude's crazy now. Stephen Ross. And
yeah, that's right.
Okay, and what? This is a better question on this. What major company's family is the majority owner of the Denver Broncos?
What major what?
There's a major company in the world, right? It's a household name.
Sports Authority?
It's a household name. The family that owns that company is a majority owner of the Denver Broncos.
I know Papa John's has got a big presence.
That's Jerry
up there.
Jones. That's Jerry Jones. He owns Papa John's.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. A household name. What kind of chain is it?
Kleenex.
They give it away.
Walmart?
Is the Walton family.
Oh, the
Waltons.
Waltons. Okay.
Yeah.
Shocking.
And
Wow.
you guys know this because this guy's always in the news. Who owns the New York Jets? You guys know this.
I don't know it.
He's always in the news.
He's in the news a lot. He can't.
Zook
No, his name is Woody Johnson.
Johnson.
Okay. When you say the names, it makes sense, but
You know, and that's it. I won't let the bleeding go any further.
Why'd you let it go?
does the Levi family own Levi, the 49ers?
No,
No.
that hooker does.
Oh, the hooker. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's just that's a tough that's a tough quiz.
It was tough. The person was like that's the quiz. They were listening when we were doing the quarterbacks a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're like, well, let's do one that not even you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's a tough quiz.
I took it. I think I got 10. You know,
that's good.
And,
that's good. That's a tough quiz.
You know, it's kind of like one of my favorite trivia questions is that there are 10 Division I college football programs that their mascot does not end with the letter S. Name them.
Yeah.
How many?
There are
10.
10. Division I college football programs. That includes Ivy League.
Alabama.
Crimson Tide is one of them, yes.
Yeah, people will be here all night.
Be here a second. We were talking about one of them earlier.
I can't even think of a second one.
Bunch of fucking Catholics.
Oh, Notre Dame. So there's 2.
Yeah.
Tulsa, Tulane.
Green Wave.
Marshall.
Thundering Herd.
Tulsa. No, they're what are they?
They're the
Tulsa's
Hurricanes, right? Yeah.
Interesting.
You're missing one in the ACC.
Syracuse.
Oh, I missed 2 in the ACC. Syracuse is one of them, yeah. There's another one in the ACC.
MC State.
Correct. Missing one of the armed forces.
Navy.
Yeah. Missing one of the Ivy League.
Dartmouth.
Correct. Big Green.
I actually got a few more than I thought I would.
So anyhow.
Yeah, that's good.
That's my game for this week.
Thanks for bringing it to us.
I'll come up with another one.
Yeah, that's good.
That's great. I mean, if we can't, go back, to this real quick.
Stump the Kev.
Jeez.
That's good.
Cool. What else?
All right, man. Well, we're getting to the hour. Beeves is
the
tired.
Obligated hour. I started yawning, didn't I? I zoned out.
Kev hasn't eaten. Beeves is tired. I'm jet lagged.
Yeah. Pretty
Irish whiskey will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It was a good trip though. It was fun. A lot of whiskey, a lot of Guinness, a lot of good times. It was fun.
Glad you had a good time.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna do it all over again. I'm gonna go this weekend and see my niece get married.
Where?
Wisconsin.
So you're traveling again.
I'll have more beer and cheese curds.
Kevy's traveling again.
Yeah. So it's just always something, Then I come home for a couple weeks and then I don't go. Then I go to Chicago for the marathon. My wife runs a marathon.
So
Oh.
after this, are you going out of town again for the rest of the year?
Not
He just said he was going to Chicago.
Well, Chicago for a weekend, and then we don't have anything until Christmas.
When he pulls out the tree.
No, where the fuck you going then? Argentina or some shit? Maybe fucking Antarctica? You haven't
Mexico.
gone there yet.
Mexico.
Mexico for
Cruise.
Christmas, huh?
Feliz Navidad.
cruise. Yeah. We're doing a cruise for Mexico.
A Christmas cruise.
Well, New Year's. We'll be over there for New Year's. Yep.
Okay.
Do they celebrate Christmas in Mexico?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
We're
guess
going
it is.
right after the 28th. We take off, and then we'll be there for New Year's.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Fun.
Well,
It'll be good.
Well, have fun.
Yeah. What's on Finding Your Way, Beebs?
Well, I was going to do this last week, but then I realized I was recording on 9/11, so I went ahead and did a tribute for 9/11. But this coming week will actually be a tribute to my late grandfather. So
Nice.
was able to get some information from my father and his brother, and about some of the things I didn't know about my grandfather. And so
Nice.
I think that'll be an interesting topic of an interesting topic. Definitely a man of conviction there. Lots of people knew who he was, at least in the Northeast. Maybe not obviously down here or amongst us, but worth listening to his story. So
Good. Cool.
What's going on? I nailed it.
I think that I am going to talk, follow that up about the passing of an icon in our lifetime, one James Earl Jones.
that's worth a discussion.
Yep, I think I'm going to talk about the movies that he was in, and how they affected myself and probably many others. Maybe rank if you can. I mean, obviously Star Wars is going to be the most impactful movie, but there were some other ones that he was in which were very, very good, and I just don't think they would be the same movies without him.
This isn't a movie, but one of my favorite James Earl Jones clips was the cameo he made in The Big Bang Theory.
Oh my gosh, it was great. Yeah, that whole
where he's like, "You like Star Wars, don't you?"
Me too.
Sheldon's just like that. He's like, "Come here." He's like, "I like Star Wars too."
Yeah. And then they go ding dong ditch Carrie Fisher. That's just hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. Sheldon's like, "Whose house is this?" Carrie Fisher, and she's a little crazy.
Yeah. There's some other, but I mean, just the way they recorded the voice.
Don't forget he was in Tom Clancy movies too, by the way.
He was in a lot
Clear
of
and Present
movies.
Danger. He was in The Hunt for Red October and Patriot Games.
Yeah.
He made some of those movies.
Yeah, he played Admiral Greer.
Yep.
And if you read the books, he really is Admiral Greer, and in those books, and I like it just because the Jack Ryans change, that they kept,
but the Greer doesn't.
Some of the same cast, but probably, I mean, other than Star Wars, he's probably most well known for his monologue in A Field of Dreams, I would gather.
Of course,
he made that movie for me. Sorry. He really made that movie for me.
But I would raise you a true baseball movie, because Field of Dreams is not a true baseball movie. It's a freaking Frank Capra-esque what could happen if we have supernatural powers movie. But I would raise you The Sandlot.
But unfortunately doesn't show up until the end of that movie.
To where they're scared of him the whole time.
Yep.
And he winds up being a cool old man. What I'm saying?
And I mean, Coming to America wouldn't be Coming to America. Coming to America.
That's true.
The guests are waiting. Let them wait.
And then you've got The Lion King.
It's my favorite quote from Coming to America.
I mean, Mufasa. And then, I mean, so he's done a lot of work where you can definitely talk about a lot of different things. And so much more pivotal than Darth Vader. But I mean,
I know you guys don't dig Broadway, but on Broadway, there was a play that I think it's off Broadway now, but there was a play a couple of years ago called Fences, and they made it into a movie with Denzel Washington, and Denzel played that. Well, the original play that was on in the 80s had James Earl Jones in that part that Denzel played, and it's interesting to see because, you know, you could say a lot about James Earl Jones is a traditionally trained actor. So you could say a lot about it, but Denzel is such a personable guy, and how they played same exact lines, you know, and you put them side by side and how they're played different by the two actors, because what James Earl Jones played was the stature of a father, you know, don't fuck with me kind of, you know, I am Darth Vader, motherfucker, you know, and then Denzel had the whole crowd laughing, and same lines, you know, and same scene. And it was very interesting to see the difference between the two.
Yeah. I just, I think it'll be fun to, and it'll be good for me to kind of do a little research too, to just go and look back and remember, man, he was in a lot of films, and just kind of go through some. And I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to talk about. So
I think I'm going to download that clip from Coming to America. Let them wait.
It's a funny thing.
I'm talking to my son.
Oh, you want to soil your royal oats?
Yeah, good stuff. So I think that's what my plan is for that. And yeah, and then I'm still doing islands, or actually places to visit, for Show Me Your Trips. That is the theme for September.
Sweet. Have you done Bermuda yet?
I have not. It is on the list though. Bermuda.
Yeah,
that's coming up.
That's what you need to do. You need to do every island that's talked about in the song Kokomo.
It's I've done a few of them. I've done a few of them.
You know, I still don't think Kokomo is a real fucking place. But then again, you know, if you listen to the island music, you got to put Jimmy Buffett in there. He was right about one thing. It's probably a fucking woman's fault. So that's all we have for you on Unfiltered Sports Weekly this week.
Once again, that's Kev. At Kev Lives. KEBLIVES. Your comments.
Anyhow,
I'm ready to go. I'm about to pass out. So
yeah, no, it's all good.
Man, you guys need to fucking man up. Yeah.
No woman, no cry.
Anyhow, I think there's some good podcasts over at unfpod.com. I don't know. If you can't find it, I'll forward you to somebody who needs to look over there. But yeah, go check us out. I'm not nice. Yeah, go check out our friends, you know, over there. Some good shows, you know, over there. Listen to Nailed It, listen to Finding Your Way. Appreciate it if you listen to Stupid History Minute. Tomorrow we're talking about Gatorade. Can't believe I hadn't done Gatorade yet.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, so but it follows up today's episode of Nail Polish Remover.
Nice.
You know, so yeah, go check us out there. We'll be back next week, hopefully with a little pep in our step. If not, I'm not coming on. So for Joe, for Beefs, my name's Kev. We'll catch you guys next week, maybe.
Catch you on the flippity flop.